Hi, how are you today? This is the Cagle Family Web TV, and I'm Teresita Cagle. This is Monte Cagle.
Hello?
Uh, we've been evangelists and missionaries for many, many years, and we have traveled all over the world with a message of hope and love, encouragement, and right now at this time Monte Cagle has is coming out with a book called Cures for Racism. So I would like to ask him a few questions and about his life, about his passions, and about his plans for the future as we moved into 2015. The book will be coming out this year. And also, yes, so Monte Cagle, he's my husband for many, many years. And he is an Afro American. He grew up in South Carolina and he's seen many changes through the years. Anyway, I'm introduced to you right now Monte Cagle, my husband. Hi, Monte.
Hi, Teresita. How
How
you
are
doing?
you?
Hi, guys.
Yes, so tell me, you grew up in South Carolina, and what was it like growing up there as an Afro American?
Well, I say I had a lot of fun. I liked it very much. The town I grew up in, a little small town in South Carolina, and the people were very nice. I had a very nice family, and it was good. It was really good. Really enjoyed it.
So,
The early
as
days.
as things have been, he grew up in South Carolina, then he left as a young man to and was involved in evangelistic work since the age of 18. So he when he went back to South Carolina, he saw a big change in the Afro American community. What was the biggest change that you encountered when you went back after all your travels and your years of evangelistic work?
Well, when it comes to matters of race, um, it was pretty much the same as far as the typical African American white experience. But the biggest changes was really during the time of the Martin Luther King, the civil rights movement. That was really the change that we experienced, the real drastic change. Around about in the late 60s. But coming back really after that time, because I left short, when I was 18. Shortly after that, I left the city for quite a long time, and it's pretty much the same. That big jump, far as African Americans, that was that big change. Of desegregation. They desegregated the schools, and that was a real shake up. And that was a big change. But when I left and I came back, it was pretty much stagnant with as far as race relations in the States.
Would you say that the desegregation and the situation that happened when they united the schools, would you say it was pretty fair?
Well, it was different. Like I say, I can only give the viewpoint of South Carolina, and our particular city. Okay, it was a real change. It was a big change, and it was a real, a real life-changing experience for both, I guess, the white people and the black people, because it was the first time in our community we were really together as far as the kids. It was we were kind of put together in a sandwich, you might say, for the first time, and it was very different for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
So would you say that caused you to wanna make a change in the world by becoming active in evangelistic work and being involved in missionary outreach and helping people? Would you say that really had a hand in your lifestyle change?
I think it was a big change. It made me. I wouldn't say so much wanting to become an evangelist or preaching the gospel, you might say, but it did give me. It was the first time that I was really pushed, really out of a close proximity of my culture. You know, where I was faced with a different kind of people. I mean, really, of course, you know, in my town, black people lived amongst white people, but it was just the black community that you were kind of really insulated by the other black people around you, and the white people were just the white people, you know, outside of your
Right.
proximity, you know, outside of your little black circle. So, but when we were pushed together, I guess it was the first time I really experienced closely a different culture, and working with people who didn't have my ethnic background.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've traveled like in so many different countries. You've been around, you know, Asians, India. I mean, all different races, all over the world. You said you've in your book that you traveled in 40 some different countries.
Yeah.
And the situation right now, that's what's happening right now in the United States. Is it shocking to you that it's such a racial divide happening right now after all that work from, you know, Martin Luther King and all the time and effort people had made and put to make everybody be able to live together in harmony and acceptance of each other? Do you think that it's breaking down right now, or did something happen where suddenly there's a big division right now in the community? What do you think about the issues right now, the racial issues that are happening right now in the United States?
Well, I wouldn't say it was like a real breakdown, because it really wasn't that much of a build up in the first place. I mean, the civil rights movement brought us a lot of freedom as far as being able to live among other white people, other races in America. But as far as the breakdown, you know, I don't think we really. Well, we did gain a lot of clout, a lot of advances in being able to, in the government or in jobs or acceptance in the whole country, quite a bit.
Right.
But as far as a real breakdown, I mean, to be honest, there's never really been a real amalgamation, a real put together of the races in the States, as far as other than work. As far as leisure time or having time with as friends, it never really came together that much, because I say that the divide in the culture has broadened, you know, over the years, as far as what I've seen. But as far as our advances, of course, you know, we were able to get better paying jobs or got higher positions in the society, but it still kind of plateaued at a certain level, and beyond that, it never really went any further.
Do you know that out of the United States, we who grew up out of the States, I grew up in the Caribbean and in Suriname, that's in South America,
Right.
we always had the impression that the racial issues were worked out. because all our history books, they were always speaking really favorable about, after Martin Luther King, everything was fine, the people were happy. They always show in the school books, they show everybody with happy faces and everything like that. But when I met you, an Afro-American from the country itself, I got a completely different picture. Because you are directly from South Carolina and you experienced everything from beginning and even right now. So for me as an outsider, growing up out of
Right.
America, it was a big shock when all these things start suddenly surfacing. The
Yeah.
thing with the brown and the police and everything like that. It was like a real shock. And I think it's a real shock for the whole world.
Well,
And I'm so happy that you wrote this book, because in this book you're bringing out a lot of examples and you're actually saying the truth of what we've never heard. So it's really, really interesting. And what do you think that country is heading for? I mean, do you think with the protests and all the talk shows that are coming out and people speaking up, against the elite and different things that are happening, people are open about everything right now. And do you think that there is a future for the Afro-American people there in the States and in the whole world? Do you think that there
Okay.
can be a positive future through
Well-
all this protesting and things? Do you think it's worth to go all out like that to make changes, or what do you think?
well, I believe to a certain extent, a lot of the protests and a lot of the making the authorities or the powers that be realize that we are very concerned about it, that we want change. Let's say we, let's say African Americans in general. They become more aware of it, and of course you have a few little, let's be honest, it toss you a few bones and you get a few little changes here and there. But far as the politically, of course, you can have change. Let's say provisions will be made. But far as, African American black guy, African American white guy really relaxing together and really becoming, let's say, close friends without that racial divide, I think it's really not going to change very much. I personally don't. I personally, as far as real advancements for African Americans in America, I don't really see any change, because it really didn't change that much
Do you believe?
since a kid.
Do you
since I was a
believe that
kid.
there is equal rights
Well,
right now?
I believe that to get that job, if there's a white guy who wants the job and the black guy who wants the job, if they have the same qualifications, I believe 99% of the time the white guy is going to get the job. Because I believe that the people who really control the financial sector of America at a higher degree are all white people. and of course, like a family, if you're a family and you have a job and you have a business,
People walking around so sad today. Things are really bad now, what can you say? It's just getting worse all the time, oh yeah. So many crazy things, it just blows your mind. Now let me tell you about it. I got a tip that'll help see you through. Listen here, my brother, here's what you gotta do. Gotta keep on smiling.